Hello, and welcome to D20 Error, where we roll dice before one of our internet goes out. My name is Cate. I'm the DM.
My name is Alice. I play Tam the Half-Orc Bard.
Is it me?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know why I thought it was Milanek. My name's Jess. I play Nora, the human wizard.
My name is Jules. I play Ren, the Elven Ranger Rogue.
My name is Maddy. I play Val, the Tiefling Druid Barbarian.
My name is Miller, and I play Augie, the Human Paladin Warlock.
Woohoo! We've got kind of a chiller session today. It's going to be nice and fun. We're doing a nice 2-month time skip. But before we get into that, make sure you're following our socials. We've got a Twitter, we got a Discord, we got an Instagram, we got a TikTok. Is that it? I always feel like I'm forgetting one, but I don't know. Those are the good ones. So you can also follow us individually on our socials, which we all have. Pretty sick. Do we have any other announcements? Awesome. Okay then. So let's jump into this. Hi guys. We did a fun thing. We finished a big ol' arc. We have a king in the party. Co-king? Co-gardener? I'm not sure. We've got some Elzahymnian echoes that we're looking for, and we got a boatload of money that each of you have been gifted as help with supporting the crown, your stated titles in the royal castle of Clea and all of that. You each have been given a one-time allowance of a fuck ton of money. And a little bit, I think I can speak for everyone when I say that what you all need is a very well-deserved and well-earned rest. So we are going to do kind of a chill thing. We're gonna just have some conversations. We're just gonna talk about what we did over the past 2 months, kind of individually. And if there's a scene that we feel needs to be role played, needs to have some dice rolled, we're gonna do that. But first, I know that Gilf, I know that you were. Are you going somewhere? Do you need to?
Yeah, we don't have our dice.
Oh,
Right back.
that might be important. I will continue to
Got
rest
it.
then.
Nope,
Oh,
got it.
I got it.
okay. So, Gilf, I know that we ended last session at the tail end of a party for the coronation that was occurring, and there was a conversation you wanted to have.
Yes, I did. So if anyone remembers, Gelf invited Val out to hang out with him outside of the dance. And he just wanted to have a little chat. So,
By the way, to preface this, Maddy, I will be here if you have any questions or need any help with anything.
Got you. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Gelf is just gonna take Val outside and just kind of. Are there nice gardens out there? Is he,
There's a nice like hedge maze that they've got out there, and there are some really pretty light blue and white kind of flowers. It's still pretty cold, but these appear to have been transported and planted specifically for this event.
Okay. So Gelf is just gonna kind of like reach up and take Val's hand and just kind of like guide her through the garden. So I wanted to ask you something. And he gets down on one knee. I'm just kidding.
You can't do that!
Been on one knee.
Jesus!
Okay, Okay, so he's gonna
God.
kind of.
I was not ready at all.
I'm sorry, Maddy.
You're fine. I was like, oh, okay, this question. All right, now, cool.
No, so Gilf just kind of like finds like a nice bench or something in the garden and kind of sits down with Val. And he's gonna turn to her and just be like, so is the person that I knew before the pit of doom, was that always Val? Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. All right, it'd probably be good for both of us if I got to know your other half a little bit more, considering the fact that you're kind of the person that I, not to be forward or anything, but like, I kind of like you a lot. So, maybe knowing both of you might be a good idea.
Okay.
He doesn't need to come out or anything. Like, I really like talking to you. But maybe I could ask you some questions, and if you know the answers, you can tell me.
I can try my best. He's kind of always here. He could yell if he needs to talk, I guess.
All right. Hi. Sure. Hi.
Yes.
This is weird. Okay. So like, I got a lot of questions. So like, what's his motivations? What are his what's he like to do for fun? I mean, is he kinky? Is he like, like
I'm trying to decide. Hold on. I'm trying to decide can I have him front, because it's not going to be fun if Val tries to explain this to him.
Val, at the back of your head, you feel what almost is like a slight knocking, just like.
Okay. Do you want? He can talk if you want. I can have him if that makes it easier. Because I don't really know. I think he likes to do it for fun, and what
can I get you back after?
Can she ask him that?
Yeah. What is his answer? You're both of these characters at once.
Shit, I forgot. I forgot that I'm both of these people. I do this to myself. Okay.
I would say it. Shar, do you think like maybe for the rest of the night, you gave her kind of the night off?
Yeah. So like, I think he'll come forward and answer the questions just because that's what's happening, and then he'll be like, "All right, I promised you a night. I'm not a complete and total dickhead. I will give you the rest of the night, like I said I would." So yeah. So he'll come forward and there's a total like demeanor shift. Like you can see it when he goes forward from her being like this quiet to just like absolutely like relaxing and being like, questions.
Maddy, is there a physical difference?
Yes, there is. So I believe I told y'all her outfit is that nice off the shoulder top. When Val is forward, her scars that are usually very small and red on her shoulder are completely covered across her chest. And when he comes back, they are gone.
Oh.
Her regular scars are still there, I should note. Like these are specifically like almost like people when they get tattooed with red ink, that's what those look like. Whereas like her regular scars are obviously that of regular scars.
Okay. Gilf notices. All right. Char. Nice to meet you again.
Yes.
So yeah, like, what do you like? Do you have any like any hobbies? Any?
Well, not hobbies. It's that I think you guys would consider hobbies.
You might be surprised.
But no, I mean it's illegal most of the time.
You might be surprised.
Oh, really? Okay. Arson, love to do that. That's a fun time. I like burning things a lot.
All right.
I also strangely enjoy I believe this is Val rubbing off on me. I really enjoy cooking, specifically sautéing. I don't know what it is about the flames that is very fun. To be honest with you. What else do I like to do for fun?
Are you kinky?
Probably. Yes. Yes is the answer to that question.
All right. So,
Hunting.
okay.
Hunting. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. I was trying to find a word. Thanks, Cate.
I got you.
Hunting.
So when you take over, does Val not really like have a say in that?
Usually.
Got it. You seem like a reasonable person. I mean, you're obviously willing to negotiate, right?
Depends on what you're offering and bringing to the table.
Good to know. So, what exactly were you before you were Val? If you don't mind me asking.
As you try to think about that, you get a sharpshooting pain at the top left of your skull. And it hurts to think about.
Yeah. If I had an answer, I would give it to you. I have no answer. I don't know anything before Val.
So you're just kind of hitchhiking and wandering, a little bit lost?
Like I said, I really don't know how I got in here. I'm kind of here just traveling with her.
So are you like, I don't know, like hypothetically speaking, are you like tired of being in the same vessel all the time?
Not really. I like this one. Like I said, I don't really know anything other than her. I don't even know if I could move. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It just seems like you guys are a little bit like at odds when it comes to what you want, you know? So it's got to be a little bit of conflict that happens in there.
It wasn't always like this, but this is just how it is now.
Well, considering the fact that Val seems like she would prefer to have the driver's seat, but me, on the other hand, you know, not to be crass or anything, but I'm pretty used to people like using my body, so maybe I'd be a better fit.
You see, I would normally take you up on that offer, but you see, I really do. We've had a relationship here for a very, very long time. I've been with her since she was, hold on, math.
Oh, so you have a friendship?
Was it 8 or was it before 8, Cate? I cannot remember.
I don't remember if it was 8 or 5. I think it was one of those two.
I think it was like 5 or 6. I think she was really little.
Yeah.
You could recheck my 5-page long backstory. Yeah, we've had I wouldn't call it a friendship. It's more of like
You're comfortable with it.
yeah. And like I said, I've seen everything she's seen. She's seen before, obviously.
I'm so sorry. The answer is 3.
Oh, shit. I forgot. I did that. Oops, my bad. 3 years old.
All right. Well, let me just, I don't know. I'm kind of jumping back to what you said before about like what people can offer. So why don't you seem like a reasonable person. And I mean, you let Val have control for the night. So I know this might sound strange, but think of this more as like a business transaction.
Okay.
I have a lot of connections. And I would argue, I know Val's friends with the king and everything. I'm friends with several. And I have, a lot of blackmail to ensure that those relationships stay pretty stable. So I guess I'm just saying that I might have a bit more room for you and a bit more to offer when it comes to working together. And for my end, I mean, this is a bit selfish, I guess, but I feel like you could be really good for business. People are into some weird shit. So, and sometimes it might be nice to have somebody take over for me so I don't have to be there.
Thanks.
Unless, of course, you guys have formed some kind of deep bond or whatever. But considering the fact that if you come with me, I would also like to form a deep bond with Val. You'd probably see her pretty often. So now I know this is a lot to dump on y'all at once, but just throwing it out there. Maybe you might need some time to think about it, but it's an option.
Noted. I'll keep that in the back of my our noggin. Val and I have yet to have a full, really good conversation. That still needs to happen. We've been a bit preoccupied with we got a king. We got a friend who's a king now. We've been a little busy. It's a little bit busy.
Yeah. But just think about it.
Before I give her back the reins, do you have any other questions before I'm gone and I go think?
I don't know. I think we could become good friends. Do you like those friends?
She and I are friends. I don't know about the rest of the group, how they feel about me. I think they all hate me, except for Tam. She really doesn't seem to mind.
I don't think Tam minds anyone.
That's fair. That's very fair. She did carry me out of a bar, very, very intoxicated. Which I also think I took a glass on accident. Gotta bring that back. We'll see. Like I said, we are the same person, so we might already be friends. You never know. I told you I hear and I see everything she does. So
yeah.
He's gonna like do one of D's and then just slip back out and let Val take control again.
All right.
Gilf's gonna look at Val, and he knows that Char can see everything, but he's just gonna just kind of pat the side of her cheek. So, want to do anything else?
Well, I don't know. This is a whole maze. We could go get lost.
All right.
All right. So Val and Gilf go get lost in the maze. Very, very nice evening is had. Gilf, so across the rest of these 2 months, what have you been up to?
Well, I think that's something that we'll have to like discuss. He's gonna leave just so he can give like Val some space to like think whenever. But he's gonna go back and he's been doing his thing and widening his web. Working with is it Harundi?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still living with her and kind of working out of there.
She's kind of taken like kind of a, oh, am I frozen? That's not fun.
Not for me.
I can.
Oh, okay. Well, she's kind of taken a secretarial kind of position, kind of manning the front end of the business while you're manning the back. Sorry. No, not like that. Okay. Okay. Anyways, anything else that you want to do? Not like that. Not like that.
Yeah. No, he's got his hands full with that.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, Gilf having a very productive 2 months. Does anyone else want to kind of have a conversation about what they've been doing, or would you like me to pick someone?
I feel like we're all very indecisive, so I think you have to pick
Fair.
someone.
Yeah, just
Okay. Well,
Sarah's.
All right. Let's, because Gilf had a conversation with Val. Val, how you doing?
She's pretty good. So during the 2 months, obviously she knows that Gilf kind of left. I think what she would do is she'd try to set up like a letter system with Gilf. So she'd be able to like keep conversing with Gilf, I think. She also she goes out and she gets herself some new weapons because she's a little sick and tired of the ones she's got. So we bought some nice handheld daggers for some throwing, and she's kind of been practicing with those, learning how to use those. They're non-magical. They're literally just daggers. What else? She got a new cloak before Mimi left because the one that she had is like one piece of fabric that's like barely holding on. So she was like, I'm gonna get a new one. What else? She basically, because of Shar, they go and try to figure out a way to see if there's a way to restore her staff, and then kind of like leave it in the castle and like not use it any further. Just like restore it, fix it, and then just put it away until it can be used again and not be broken.
So, we don't have to RP that, but you take it to a specialist. Do you take it to a specialist or do you use the Magic Guild? Like how?
It'd probably be a specialist,
Okay.
just because it's so important to them that they don't want to get rid of it.
Okay. So you take it to a specialist. After some talks, you find out that it's because this particular staff is meant for the use of those who draw their magic from nature and the world around them. And it appears as though someone was attempting to use it by force in a way that did not directly draw the magic from around, but was instead trying to draw something from within, drawing it from the wrong place, and as a result caused those cracks. For the right price, they are able to fix it. It'll probably be ready in about, he says, about 2.5 months.
That's fine. Sorry, I'm just writing all this down.
Yeah, no worries.
2.5 months. Yeah. So Val would probably fish
It's
over the
very
money.
it's very good that the person who broke it stopped using it when they did, because one more use would have shattered the enchantment.
Yep. Perfect. So yep. So you said 2.5 months, right? Val would probably talk to the specialist and see if when it's finished, if she's not around, like if they're out on a mission, if they could bring it back to have it shipped to the castle and
Not a
kept there for like protection purposes and stuff like that.
I should mention all this magic stuff and all these specialists and things. This is happening on the black market. Because magic is not legal.
That's fine. Did we have a price for this?
We can work that out later. Honestly, it'd probably be about upwards of, I'd say, about 5,000, because you're not buying the enchantment, you are getting it re-enchanted and bolstered and strengthened.
Okay. Perfect. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I wanted to do? I don't know if we want to do this now, but I know the Beast and Val did have, or Shar and Val did have to have a conversation. I don't know if we wanted to do that now or later.
I was planning on doing it now, unless you would like to do this privately off stream or without the fellow members of your party, but I was planning on doing this.
That's fine. We can do it in stream.
Wonderful.
Just trying to think if there's anything else that she needed to do before that. I think that was it. I think that was all I sent you, right? Just the daggers, the new clothes, and the getting the staff fixed was all I think. And obviously putting money aside for the sky ship. But other than that, we're all good.
All right. So, the party happens. Shar, you retake control. But surprisingly
also, you're
enough,
frozen, Cate, by the way, for me.
I'm frozen. Okay, 1 second.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Hello, am I back?
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
You're good.
Sorry, I did not know I said that being the... How long have I been frozen?
For me, it was only like a minute or two, but we were just discussing prices, so I was like, I don't need to see what's happening.
Okay. No worries. Okay. So, yeah. Eventually at night, a couple of days after the party, after things have settled down, after people have begun to leave, you get a moment to yourself. And you kind of take a second, Val. You kind of feel Shar's intent of, okay, taking you to your room, we're going to have a conversation, you and I. And you watch as, this is actually very few times this has been done before, but Shar begins to meditate. And you kind of, at this moment, you feel neither of you are in control. It's kind of like a parlay of sorts. And you find yourself kind of in this, I would say, like, space and room. It's you're in your mind right now, as far as you can tell. Okay. And across from you is Shar. And you're in the same room. I'll do Shar if you want to be Val, if that's okay.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. I have a question. What does he look like?
Okay. Yeah, so you know in dreams where there's that moment of you like, is this a dream, is it not? And you look down at your hand and you realize it's blurry and fuzzy. Or like you know that someone's talking to you, but you register that their face, it almost seems to be shifting. Kind of like features seem to be shifting. The thing that you notice is that it looks very much like you. So you see you, but you see you with kind of longer, elongated fingernails and sharpened teeth and black eyes. But then also a lot of things kind of glitch in and out of kind of shadow. And yeah, I'll say that that's what you see. You don't see a static figure for sure.
The way that I'm kind of thinking about this is like, oh, this is gonna. You ever seen the Ghost Rider movie?
Yes.
Do you know when
Mhm.
I think Mephisto is his name, when he gets all of the souls in him and is kind of just doing this the entire time? Is that what's
That's
happening?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. All right, good.
Great.
I have the right visual. Okay.
So, this conversation. Good girl, you didn't run away.
No, this was a long time coming. I figured I might as well get it over with.
Well, after having been able to stretch my legs for a while, I guess I should say sorry. I know that that wasn't exactly what you wanted, but you've been very naughty lately, and I think you deserve to be put in timeout for a little while.
All right. Then I will also say sorry.
Thank you.
I should have listened. There were
Mhm.
times that you were right. I'm not going to say that
Yes.
all the time,
Hmm.
but there were some times that things would have gotten us killed. You know that.
They wouldn't have gotten us killed if we had a deeper connection, I will admit.
Mhm.
And I think that that deeper connection can be built with trust.
Okay. That's how that usually works.
We've gone over this before, but I think that it is worth stating again.
Mhm.
Everything I do is for the strength and well being of us.
Yes.
You saw how they treated us. You were there the whole time. They don't trust us. Even when they didn't know that I was in control, they didn't trust us. After they knew I was in control, they were one bad insult away from killing us stone dead.
They're never going to trust us. And I know that. And you know that. They're never going to trust us. And I've come to terms with that they're never going to trust us. That being said, I don't want to hurt them, regardless of the fact that they don't trust us. As you would say, they can be useful. Therefore, we shouldn't kill them.
I will, for now, agree with that sentiment. But if they hurt us, you will let me hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Good girl.
To what extent? If they
To what
physically
extent?
if they physically harm us, that makes no sense. That makes absolute sense.
Thank
For
you.
once, I'm not going to lie with you there. Just because they hurt my feelings doesn't mean I get to kill them, though. People do that all the time.
Does it mean I get to hurt their feelings back, though? Let me have my fun,
Fair.
and I'll let you have yours.
Okay. That's a good deal. That makes sense.
I'm willing to give this a try
Mhm.
if you are.
Okay. I am as well. What does that entail for us in terms of control and driving?
I think you now fully understand It's not fun to be not listened to.
Yes.
When I ask, you let me. When you ask, I let you. Consent's the name of the game.
All right. That makes sense. Can't argue with logic. I know you were there, but I'm going to just put it out there. Please, when we get this staff fixed, please don't use the staff. We have another one. You know we do. We have a plain wooden one that you can use, just not the magical one that lets me talk to the dog, please.
Fine. I know that it's important to you, and you are important to me.
Mm-hmm. I bought you new daggers.
You did?
I did. I bought you daggers. They're not magical or anything, but I did get a couple of them for throwing stars. I know how much you like those.
Any magical weapons, they're mine.
Of course, I believe. No, I don't have any magical other than the staff. As far as I'm currently aware. I'm gonna double check though.
We'll workshop it. Check in often.
Yeah. We can use we can do pre-bed, pre-sleep as our pre-sleep right when you wake up. We'll decide what time. I don't know if you're a morning person. You seem more of a night person, so we can do nighttime shifts if that works better for you.
And Val?
Mm-hmm.
Never leave me that long again.
Okay.
Well, go enjoy your playtime.
I will be seeing you as soon as you need me again.
Val, you come to in a nicely furnished room. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to get done?
Yes, I just remembered. I want to go to the kitchens.
Okay.
And I want to apologize to the head chef. Please.
Ironically, that is so good that you did that. That is so good that you did that. Okay. Yeah. Can you make we don't need to repeat, but can you just make a general persuasion check for me?
Where's my persuasion? There she is. Come on. That's a 21.
Okay. Okay, yeah. You go down to the head chef, kind of a more rotund woman, who very, very much seems very hostile towards you, after realizing who you are. And then after some careful persuasion, especially showcasing your talents at sautéing and cooking in general, she does not like you, but there is no longer hatred, and you no longer have to worry at any chemicals that should not be there finding their way into your food.
Yeah. She's also gonna ask if she allows it, because she doesn't want to get in the chef's bad side, if at least for a little bit while they're here, if she could help out in the kitchen. She'd like to. She doesn't have to be paid. She doesn't care. She just wants to work in the kitchen.
I think that you can work yourself up to chopping vegetables.
That's all that's fine. She does not
Okay.
care. As long as she's working with the food, she's happy.
You're in your own separate side of the kitchen.
Away
Yeah.
from the head chef. Perfect. That's
Yes.
fine.
Yep. Okay.
That's
All right.
it. That's the last thing I want to do. I just wanted to apologize to that poor woman.
Okay. Let's see. Does anybody want to go, or do you want me to? Tam, would you like to talk a little bit about your 2 months of rest and recuperation?
Yeah, okay. So she spends most of the 2 months just getting to know Clea and just trying to understand more about the country and stuff, and know more about. She goes through a lot of the old council notes and things and gets a sense of what happens in meetings and like who to contact and stuff, and probably tries to meet other people on the council. I don't know if Oggie's appointed anyone else, but like, you know.
Well, that's a fun question. Hey, Augie, have you appointed anyone else?
We'll RP that because he
We can kind of, this is related, so we can jump back and forth.
okay.
You guys, we don't have to have these like it's just you
Yeah.
and me. Like we can be asking questions when
Yeah.
we're doing stuff.
Okay, Augie would probably bring a few people like come to the tavern and be like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. He's thinking for the council, Nolly and Loris, possibly Owen as well, and then he definitely wants them to meet Topher because he needs to fill up the council and he wants to see what everyone's thinking about him.
Okay. So with regards to meeting Topher, do you bring the whole of TAVRN? Is this like a trial basis at the first council meeting? How would you like to introduce?
I kind of just gather all of TAVRN in my room and be like, all right, guys. Like, and just bring Topher in.
Sorry, can you remind us what he looks like?
Yes. Okay. Topher is, you see a human boy, very similar looking in age to Augie. Very angular features, with the exception of kind of dark, curly, swooped hair back. Like, yeah. Kind of on the paler side. Looks, just looking at him, you can tell he's a little pretentious, a little of that kind of. He went to a boarding school and it shows kind of way. But he kind of stands there. King Augie, are these your friends?
Yeah, that's Nora, Tam, Ren, and Val.
He goes up and shakes each of your hands individually, kind of the 2-hand clasp.
Can I inside check him?
Sure.
Yes,
What are you insight checking?
I just want to get a general vibe of this guy. Do I trust him?
Alright.
Does he seem like a
Okay.
trustworthy guy? Does he seem like a brown noser? Ooh, 18.
18. Okay. You're pretty good at reading people, Nora. And kind of looking this kid up and down. He reminds you almost of like Ren before all the trauma. Of like this kind of
Was that ever Ren without trauma?
That's fair. It's Ren without trauma, not before all the trauma. So like kind of a sheltered kid. You don't get any of that necessarily cruelty that are present in some of his brothers and things like that. but it's a kid clearly comes from money. Kid clearly, from what I'm assuming Augie's told you, his dad was on the old council and left, so clearly is on the outs of that. A little bit of perhaps trying to get a little bit higher than he's been, but not in an inherently disingenuous way. I think he's kind of straightforward in that regard.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
it's a...
Topher, was it?
Yes, Tam, was it?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you an old friend of Augie?
Friend, I wouldn't say friends. We grew up in the same vicinity.
Circles,
Yeah,
yes. I was sent away to boarding school, actually, when I was quite young, and childhood acquaintances.
Yes.
I would say.
So,
But how did you all meet?
on a ship. It's a long story. Out in Valashi. I'm not sure if you've ever been there.
I believe our family has a summer home just off the coast around there, but
Of course we do.
if we still have that in our family's kind of holdings, I'd be more than happy to invite you all there for some recuperation at some point when there isn't a lot of work to do with the foundation of a new era of the kingdom, of course.
And that's something you're interested in, sort of being involved in that.
Oh yes.
Yeah. What's your game here?
I want to be a person of the people. Politics has a long history in my family, but I think that I'm of the notion that our family has often been on the wrong side of those politics, and I would like to use the time that I have to do some good in the world for once.
What does good look like to you? I think you're going to have to be a little more specific.
Well, I think
What makes you qualified? Sorry.
Well,
if your family is, was always on the wrong
fair.
side,
You're
just different.
I did study quite a bit of politics at school. I was actually a business major.
Wow.
So I also know that kind of side as well.
Getting more flashbacks to the people I went to uni with.
The gag was not even acting. It was just a reaction. Sorry to any business majors watching this.
Yeah, no, he's wearing the equivalent of fantasy vineyard vines like right now. Like definitely the boat shoes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
He would stand like this with his hands clasped.
Yeah.
Val is just in the corner staring this dude down, not saying anything, just staring him down.
I think that the top families and the people in the 1% tend to hoard more power than is healthy for an economy and for a country. I would like to see that divided up a little bit more. I'd like to, particularly from Clea, see some programs to ensure that those less fortunate are able to thrive. And just in general, I think that Augie said, I'm sorry, his Highness said it best when he said to make the world more compassionate and kind and merciful.
Is he bullshitting or does he believe what he's saying?
Make an insight check.
Okay, happily. Natural 20, so that's a 29.
Holy shit, dude.
Read this man to filth, Ren.
He's
I got an unnatural
okay.
one.
You got an unnatural 1?
Yeah.
Okay, Tam, this guy is amazing. He's just what this place needs. It's just what Clea needs. Just what Clea needs.
Okay.
Ren, you can tell that he's not outwardly lying. He's not completely bullshitting. However, there is definitely a layer of that politics, that flowery language to he's trying to get you all on his side. He knows that this is important. And with a natural 20, I mean, you can tell that he is not talking about his personal motivations at all. He is using very vague things. There is something very self-interested in this position that he's looking for.
Okay. All right.
But he is not outwardly lying. He does, at a certain level, believe and agree with what he's saying.
Well, I do think those are promising policies, but you speak the way my family speaks to anyone who isn't an elf. You shield your true intentions with pretty language so that they will like you. We don't really do that here. Not in this room, not with these people. And if we want to run this country better than we have before, let's abandon the flowery language. Let's talk about what we actually want and what we're actually here for. So why do you want a place on the council?
Make a persuasion or intimidation check depending on which you're going for.
Nora just gives Ren a very tiny little fist bump.
Okay, let me check here. Intimidate. I'm gonna. I think like there's a bit of both, but he's not trying to like. I think it's persuasion.
Okay.
But like forceful.
Forceful. Yeah. It could go either way, which is why I asked.
Yeah.
He's trying to persuade him.
23.
20.
I rolled an 18.
Okay. You kind of see as he realizes who you are, and as you kind of are talking, that little annoying, like obnoxious smirk of like that he's got of confidence kind of goes away a little bit, and he kind of looks you up and down, and he goes, I'm not being disingenuous when I say that I believe in all those things. I would not be lying if I said that my father has done irreparable harm to my family's reputation. And I would like to correct that. And I think, regardless, if I may be blunt and forward, as you're asking me to be, currently there is an old guard of very powerful, very rich people that used to serve on the council and had connections with this council. They are all fleeing for their lives, as frankly I believe that they should. They were not good people. But all those connections, all that power, all that money does not go away. And I think that you need someone who knows that old guard, knows what their interests are, and knows how they think, to be able to ensure that this country runs the way that you want it to. I believe that I can help with that.
Well, I mean, I have to say, I agree with him. That I've been looking at the records, and there are some nasty bastards who are on this council before. I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw them, and I think having someone like yourself from a place of privilege, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me saying, it would be helpful to have someone on the inside, from the inside.
Can we make a deal? Because I believe you, and I know something about trying to correct your father's mistakes. I think a few of us in this room do. If you want to be part of this, can we agree to speak like that from now on? Just in this room. You can use your flowery language on people who need it, but we don't.
I'd be happy to oblige. I will admit most of my charisma comes from my flowery language, but I can see that. Yes, I believe that can be very well arranged.
I have no more questions.
Well, this has been fun. I think maybe a wine and dine sort of situation. Maybe you can come over to my. I have a studio down. It's quite small. You know, it's just one floor, but I'd be happy to invite you all.
Just the whole floor.
Well, just the penthouse.
It's not. No. It's 3 below the top, so.
In that
not
case,
made of money.
you're practically summing it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, I will see you at the next council meeting.
See you in the council.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Highness. And he gives a deep bow. I will see myself out then. And leaves.
That's the sort of guy who buys a horse and cart on like a payment plan and then, you know, pretends like he bought it outright, you know?
Just how many houses do you think he has? So he has one in Valashi. He has a whole 4, probably like a manor house. I'm thinking like 7 at least.
Yeah, he seems real invested in displacing the wealth of the 1%.
Mm-hmm. He seems like he could invest in Bitcoin.
Yes. 100%. He's absolutely a muskrat. Oh my god.
Useful though. We can keep him.
I didn't Ren's flowery language when I first met him. Oh my god, this guy is like 10 times worse. I didn't understand half of the things he said.
It comes in useful, but honestly, it gets in the way like half the time.
And his heart is in the right place, I think.
It just took us a while to be able to see it.
I mean, when I think, again, like, no disrespect to you guys who grew up with wealth, but I think that might come a little bit with that. Like, there's a lot of layers of kind of bullshit to peel back. But we got there after like 5 minutes. That was a good job, Ren.
Good job
Used
peeling
to
it back
these people.
to the basic. Thanks for pulling it back to the basic math level that I'm at, because I didn't understand most of what he said until you yelled at him. So.
I didn't yell, did I?
No. You weren't
angry, you were disappointed.
You were.
I was going for. I'm glad it came across.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. Anyway.
All right. So, Tam, what else have you been up to?
So yeah, she bought some things. She bought some new armor, which can basically it's studded leather, which can change into whatever she's wearing effectively to not look like armor. And then nice. And then what else? A nice new rapier that's a little bit more like foreboding, a little bit sharper, and just looks kind of just better than her old rickety one that's like blunt and gross at this point. And then she also got some cool boots. And then on the side of the boots, there are little like stitched feathers. And they can make her fly. So she can fly.
Dude, that's awesome!
Which is town flying, I think is gonna be a liability, but
Oh, absolutely, it's gonna be a problem.
But yeah, so she probably spent some time getting a sense of how to do that and not like fall over, like trying to improve her balance.
There's like 3 people underneath her like doing this as she's trying to like
I get a couple of people to like have a net or like a parachute underneath, just being like
you've got like Augie and Valor on one side like holding your hand as you're flying, and you're just like, and you're like, you got it.
I definitely crashed like straight into lots of things, straight into a fountain.
Very 7-year-old with Heelys. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like when you first get roller skates as a child.
Yeah. Just health and safety hazard hugely. And there's only one other thing I wanted to do, and it's have a conversation with Augie. A couple of days after the coronation. Coronation. Once we've all recovered and all that jazz. And she'll just go up to him and say, are you busy?
We cannot hear you.
We can't hear you at all. You're not muted, but is it your mic again?
Hello.
Hello. There you go.
Well, hi. No, I'm not too busy. Do you need anything?
Yeah. Are you in an okay place for something heavy? It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no.
No, I'm good. I'm good. What's up?
Do you want to talk to your dad? I've got something. I have a spell where you can ask your dad some questions. And I don't know if you wanted to close the chapter on that completely, or I don't know if you had some things you still wanted to ask him, but I thought I'd just ask you in case you did.
Oh, okay. I think so. How does this spell work?
I just need his body, and it's like I can do it in the next day, but I can't do it after that because there's a limit. So I just need to be near his body.
Okay. Cate, do I know where they're keeping him?
That is up to you. Did you behead him and put his head on a pike?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So then
No.
there would be a family crypt that he would have been embalmed, and there would be a statue of him below.
Okay.
In the dungeon.
Cool.
Below the dungeon.
Cool. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we should be able to get to him if we needed to.
All right. You want to go now before you change your mind?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Let's go. And then I'll follow him down to the crypts. Kate's
Kate.
I think Kate's frozen. I think Kate's gone.
D20 error.
Yeah.
Hell
Now-
yeah.
Oh yeah. This is the most D20 error it's been for a while, guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My internet was going out the whole time. I had to switch to my laptop.
Yeah, I was giving Miller text updates. I was like, this is what he's talking about.
I have like one question. I need to think about 4 more.
So I'm just getting these stupid questions like, what's your favorite color ice cream? Which child did you like the most?
You could circle back to that scene if you want to like spend like 15, 20 minutes thinking about
Yeah,
questions.
Let's do that's a good idea.
Okay,
Let's do that.
okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Questions. Obviously, where is Kyrus? Like,
Yeah.
or maybe to be more specific, is Kyrus dead?
Mhm.
You know. Hi, Kate.
Okay.
Is your
Welcome
laptop
back.
doing it?
Yeah, my laptop overheated. You guys are good. Let me know if you guys are. Have you already figured
Well,
out the questions you want to ask?
We're currently
No,
figuring out the question.
Great.
We're gonna circle back so we can do something else for a little while and then get back to it.
So Kate's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do think Miller, you do need to ask where Kyrus is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know what I would ask, which would be, why have you been such a huge douche my whole life? But I don't think that's a good question.
Yeah.
Dead.
Too damaged, actually. Yeah.
Do you have any questions about like your mother?
Yeah,
Where-
that's what I was
Yep.
thinking.
Mother or
Where's mi madre?
yes?
You could ask something like, what is your like I'm king now. Like just give me some advice.
Oh, if you want advice from him.
Yeah, I don't think he's the best guy to ask for advice.
You could like
maybe where he got the echo in his sword.
Oh.
Ooh,
also who's the Iron Hand? Because I can
Yes.
find it in the library. Who's the Iron Hand or what's the Iron Hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a lead on that if that's important. I don't know if it's important. Seems important.
How many is that?
That is 4, so one more.
Do you love
Do not, under any
What?
circumstances, ask that question.
Oh.
You will not like the answer.
I was thinking about it. I'm gonna be honest. If we don't come up with a 5th one, he will ask that. Just
You should
putting that
ask-
out there.
You should
Sing
ask
it.
something to like brace the tension. Be like, how do I stand still for portraits?
Have you heard of Tony the Tiger and do you know where he is?
Is Tony the Tiger dead? Can I speak with him?
Maybe we should like hold that last question. So like if he says that
Yeah.
Kyrus is alive. If he says Kyrus is alive, then you can ask like where is
Where is
Kyrus?
he?
Mhm. Good
So I think it.
And then if it's dead, then you can be like, do you love me?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that. So
Good
it's
idea.
Kyrus. So it's Kyrus. It's your question about your mom.
Mhm.
It's where'd you get the echo?
Yeah.
Iron
Um,
Hand.
Iron Hand, and then the last one is to be
Please.
determined by other answers.
Yes.
Good,
Cool.
Good.
That's a good plan.
Do we want to do that now or do you want to circle back to it?
Up to you.
I mean, we can do. I mean, we have the questions. I think we just
do.
do it now.
Is,
Okay.
Is Kate's computer okay?
No.
If Kate's computer's not okay, we could do something else because I don't want to.
Yeah, if anyone. Oh, actually, no, I think she's.
I think it's audio. I don't think Kate can hear us.
Hello.
Oh no.
No. Also, while we have this momentary break, excuse me,
Doing this
TT. What the hell?
Yeah.
As soon as you started asking about like Char's hobbies and shit, I was like, are they gonna? And then you did.
Well, if you think about it, Gilf doesn't have a whole lot of like confidence in himself, like self-love, you know. And he really likes Val, and it's like, oh, this is a really rotten like stick that you've been dealt. And so I'll take that from you. because people use me all the time. I'm used to that. That's fine.
Someone give this goblin a hug.
Someone give this poor tiefling and poor goblin just a big
Hug each other.
Yeah.
Also, he's
Hello.
devious, so.
Oh, I think we can hear now.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
You.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What we did is we took my phone and we put it up where my computer is. So my computer is effectively serving as a tripod right now.
Valid.
Yeah. So okay. So you guys figure out questions? Do we want to do that or do we want to move to someone else?
Nope. Let's do this.
Okay, let's do it. So you go down to the crypt. Can I get a strength check from both of you to see if you can open up the safe? Bitches got a lot to say.
I literally is anyone else with you guys or is it just you two?
I think they just went straight there together.
Okay. So we won't know this happened unless you
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
12 with
Okay.
12.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not gonna be good.
Can I inspire?
How do you inspire?
Oh God. I don't know. I give off you like a
right to dust.
well, yeah, I do like a rocky kind of like sort of like
Yeah.
I don't know, like massage his shoulders like they do in like wrestling matches. Hype him up, like give him some water aggressively.
Alright, yeah.
What do I never remember what do I roll?
Oh, it's D8.
D8?
It's supposed to be D8.
Okay.
12. It takes you both a while. And by the time it's kind of, you can feel it starting to build in your arms. You've been busy with bureaucracy. You haven't really had much time to work out. And so still a little bit, you're feeling it. You have a little bit of tension in your neck from pushing a little bit too hard, but you get it open and you see, you smell first off, but then you also see the corpse of the former King Canterbury, Alexander Canterbury.
I sort of hold Oggy's hand, give it a squeeze, and just say, "Sure about this?"
Yeah, let's
Right.
do this.
I'll put my hand on King Canterbury's chest, and whisper whatever the spell is, and I'll just wait for him to wake up.
Okay, I would like to remind you both that I believe in the spell, it says that they are allowed to be vague, they can lie, and they might not tell you the truth. I want to.
Okay.
That's fine.
Before we go into this, can a corpse, or can this like sort of spirit of his dad, are they vulnerable to any conditions like frightened?
A corpse is an object, it is not a creature.
Okay, so yeah, valid. It's fine.
You can attempt to intimidate it, as there is like a little bit, but it would not be. Yeah. It's an object. We would roll that as well. Okay. So you see as this kind of like whisper, and you see this like kind of black energy spew from Tam's mouth and kind of pour into Alexander's, and you watch as this almost like very faint light seems to light up in his throat, like a little bubble of light, and completely catatonic except for that.
Is Kyrus dead? I turned to him like that was a yes, right? I don't. Okay.
Millie, you're still super quiet.
Oh, well, it's better.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I, sorry, before Oggy asks the next question, can I just try and intimidate the corpse? Just be
How?
like, just say, answer the questions properly.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
Oh, jeez. That is a 22.
Okay. You cannot tell if it does anything. It is completely catatonic except for this glowing light. So whether it was successful or not, you are unsure. But you have intimidated the corpse either successfully or unsuccessfully. You don't know.
Where is Kairos?
Where no one will find him. This feels very Claudius Hamlet.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Where's my mom?
Oh. In the hearts of the people.
Okay. How did our family get the stone in your sword, the echo?
It has passed from father to father to father to son.
What or who is the Iron Hand?
Oh, I can't say that. I was gonna say something about it would. The Iron Hand is the future this world shall have. And with that, you watch as the light begins to dim once more and returns to catatonic state. That was 5 questions. Yep.
Just pull the headstone or whatever back on top of it and just be like, was he that evasive when he was alive?
Just about. Yeah.
How did you stand it? That was so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, it was very, very annoying. He even talked to me, it Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go. Sorry, that wasn't as helpful as I thought it would be.
Oh, no, I mean, we got wouldn't say answers, but clues.
Can't wait for the future of the iron fistamajig, whatever that is.
No deal.
All right. Tam, is there anything else in your 2 months that you would like to do? No.
No.
Okay. Let's move on to Nora. What's cooking good looking? What you been doing?
Oh, you flatter me. Okay. So Nora spends a lot of the 2 months in the library. She fully embodies this kind of self-appointed role of keeper of books. Completely reorganizes the library, re-archives it, makes a full itemized list of everything, taking note of any, completed or part collections. That's right, it's just my cat being a dick. So yeah, she basically wants to create a mental picture of the collection that they have, how it could be improved. She also sends a letter to each of the known keeper of books to her across the other royal families on the continent. Just introducing herself, basically trying to do a little bit of networking, offering her services. Also, she just wants to insert herself back into this world and into this network. So, but she does.
Do you send a letter to your old library?
Yeah.
Okay. You do not receive a response back.
Okay.
But good to know.
Yeah, she doesn't know what she used to be. She's just I am the new keeper of books for the Canterbury family.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You receive, I will say, you receive, I'd say about 4 or 5 responses. Ranging from, there's one that's particularly emphatically excited, you can just tell, it's about 6-7 pages long after just your essentially formal thing of just oh my gosh, if you need any help, sweetie, I got you. Please come visit me at your earliest convenience if you so choose. I have a bunch of good recommendations. I recently found this new mechanic that really helped me out, very, very emphatically. And that's Fen Ulvkreen of Santina. That is the capital. Fen, F-E-N, and then Ulvkreen, U-L-V-C-R-I-N.
So keeper of books at the capital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very excited. The others are kind of nice to hear from you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are interested in correspondence, we have an interlibrary loan system. So if there's a book that you so require, this is the formal application. Most of them fill that, but hers is incredibly personable right off the bat.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, she will probably strike up a casual correspondence with her. Is it a her or him or a they?
Her.
Okay. Cool.
She, they. Honestly, actually, you know what? Honestly, Fen, probably use all pronouns. Probably wouldn't matter to her, one way or the other. Just any.
Cool,
if you're talking to them, they're excited. So
sick. All right. Nora also begins, as promised, a little apprenticeship with Oggy's sister.
All right.
Maybe once a week, on an afternoon in the library, she'll demonstrate some very simple magic. More explaining the mechanics. She's a kind of boring lecturer and is more interested in educating her on the mechanics of magic and the history of the arcane. And
she
then
gets she listens. She gets really interested in the mechanical side of things, and when you're describing, okay, this is the basic of magic, This is things she tends to listen. History, less so. She kind of is like, okay, yeah, bunch of old guys did some stuff. But she's very interested in the hands-on mechanics and also the explanations behind how magic works.
Yeah, Nora's very insistent on that. Before she can learn or practice magic, she has to understand what it is, what it does, what it can and can't do. So she spends a good, probably most of the 2 months doing that first, and then maybe she'll try and demonstrate a few very simple cantrips.
Which cantrips?
I'd say prestidigitation is like a simple one, and then maybe like light.
Blight or light?
Light.
Okay.
Blight, I don't know what
Light.
that is, but that sounds scary.
I was like, okay.
Nope.
Okay, and then light. Takes well to you notice it takes her a very long time. At the tail end of those 2 months, she gets a little bit with prestidigitation when it comes to I think it has like simple like wind blowing and changing the color of something. She tends to be able to do those. Light still working on other elements of prestidigitation, but beginning to have some idea of how magic works and beginning to learn.
Cool. Cute. She does negotiate a salary with Orky. She takes the opportunity to kind of like, and we can happy this or not, it doesn't matter, but she does take the opportunity to. She noticed that he had zero knowledge of kind of the real world and what money is, and what money, people are expected to be paid. So she discusses salary with him.
Does she say, this is what I want to be paid? Because if she does, I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess, okay, so one night she kind of pulls him aside, probably like halfway through her kind of renovations of the library. She's like, I'm being deadly serious about this is a high-end job in the castle. You gotta pay me. If only to upkeep the books, there's a lot of repairs, the library needs maintenance. Like, I'm not gonna be spending it on diamonds. Only for magic purposes, but you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, of course. How much do you want? Like weekly, monthly?
Do you have a like a bookkeeper, very different to keeper of books? Like, is there someone managing the finances here?
Oh, just to help with this conversation a bit, a gold is about 10 pounds.
Okay.
Is there anyone that manages finances, Cate? I'd imagine there's someone here. Is it me?
Yes. I would say that's delegated more towards Bianca because she's spent a little bit more time with people of the working class and knows that.
Okay.
Would be in charge of the final say of finances, but there is also they go over this kind of thing in the council meetings.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, discuss it with the council, but you should probably do a review of everyone's salary in the castle and make sure your dad and what was established is fair. Like kitchen staff and maids and stuff they get a hard rep and they do a lot of good work, so just on your radar. For me, I admit the initial proposal of 6,000 gold was a little bit steep. Why don't we say it's like 100 gold a week?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's I can do that.
It covers the maintenance and gives me a tiny bit of pay.
Yeah, I'll bring it up in the council meeting, and I'm sure they'll be fine with that. Thank you.
for doing this, by the way, and also taking care of Lydia.
Oh, she's doing really well.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a good kid.
you know, I worry about her sometimes. So.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. Like she's like one bad day away from like becoming real. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, she's very keeps to herself. So I'm glad she has someone. Please make sure she doesn't do anything. Please.
I will try to keep her off her villain origin story path as much as possible.
Thank you very much.
I could be enabling her. You never know. But magic is very often used for sinister things. You know what? Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I'm sure. I'll keep away from necromancy and stuff like that.
But yeah, that's probably a good idea, especially with her fascination with dead things.
I mean, it's not necessarily an appropriate fascination. Life and death is very fascinating. Yeah, no, don't worry.
Yeah, no. It's dead things and blood, so I feel like that's just like a little worrying.
Blood magic is something very
No,
different.
no. She's. I just.
Like I'm not. That's not my forte. So I could find a book.
No. I think.
Is that a boundary?
That.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know.
Until she's old enough to make.
Yeah, 10. Yeah. Probably like 12 is when.
I was thinking maybe more like 16, like teenage years.
I mean, she is 10 3/4. So
that's true. She's basically an adult. I mean,
fine.
You know, I trust you to make the right decisions for her.
Right now, she turned my book bag green for like 3 seconds. So I think we'll be okay.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nora, is there anything else that you do?
The only other thing was she spends some time researching. She's exposed to a new library of books, so she wants to see if there's any new information she can glean on the amalgamation, on the echoes. Just she's already done like as much research as she kind of was available to her, and they've spoken to the other guys and stuff. But it's something she's on the lookout for.
Yes. For the sake of time, we can definitely go over that a little bit later.
That's totally fine. And then I mean, also when she was talking about salary stuff, she's also discussing the salary of the new Master of War that they have. And then I feel like should this Master of War pop into the library, Nora's very happily going to offer her some resources on strategy and war history and stuff like that. Just doing her job.
Getting her a very solid pay raise definitely gets you some good favor, put you in her good books for sure. Certain. She does come in particularly to research. She has TAVRN, which is another continent. She comes in and is doing some research on history of them, as well as in addition to battle strategy and all that kind of nature. She definitely visits the library quite often. than one would expect from a captain of the guard, you know.
Okay. And then can I discuss what she purchases? Or do you wanna?
Yes. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Yes. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still confused on the mechanics of it. And I'm just trying to figure that out because I don't want to. Yeah. Feel free to talk about what you've purchased. Share with the class.
Okay. She basically she spends a while. She probably uses a tiny bit of money just to update things like spell components and maybe repair her shoes or something. But the bulk of the remainder of her money she spends on a staff. And essentially the staff has the ability to absorb other people's spells when directed at her, and hold them as a charge. So she can hold, additional spell slots from other people in the staff. Quite how many spell slots or the extent of that ability, we don't know quite yet. But yeah.
It is worded in a way that I can't tell if it gives you infinite spell slots or if it has like a cap. And that is currently why I'm like, I will either charge you cheaply for this or very expensively for this item. Which is fun.
I mean, you have to. So it was worded as if you use your reaction in combat. So you can only use it once per round to absorb a spell. And yeah, from my reading of it, it was just like however many spells you absorb, like it just does that. But yeah. So she gets stuff. She gets good stuff.
Yes. You get this item regardless. This has been perplexing me, and I will give you a solid answer soon.
Cool. No worries.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to accomplish?
Nope, that was all.
Okay. Let's move on to Ren. Ren, you have been very busy. What you been up to?
So busy. Okay, so first of all, I also get a cool new magic weapon. I get a bow. I don't know where from, but maybe Nolly can.
The black market.
Okay, black market.
There is a wild magic sorcerer, artificer, multi-class that made this absolute abomination of a bow that you get to play with.
Yeah, so it's a big honking black bow. It doesn't necessarily need arrows. Sometimes it does, depending on what I'm getting it to do, but it's called the Bow of Versatility. And I'm not going to spoil too much because I think I'll have fun revealing its abilities in combat, but the aim is for me to be able to make more decisions in combat than shoot them. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I also will ask Mimi to source some wool for me, some yarn and such like. A ton of it, like 500 gold worth of yarn.
Get you some real good stuff from Clea.
Really nice.
Clea is known for its textiles, among other things.
I'm getting the best shit. Yeah. And so one thing that he's kind of doing, and he tends to do this in the very early hours before anyone else is up, but after he's done meditating in the middle of the night, he'll just be probably in Augie's room, just on the bed, just sort of knitting, and then he'll hide it as soon as Augie starts to wake up or anyone comes in. But eventually he finishes some projects. So I'm gonna do a little scene with each of you to go through these little objects here. I think I'll start with Nora. So Ren's gonna head down to the library one of these days. And he'll just come in and kind of look around and be like, wow, this looks so different from the last time I was in here.
Thank you. It took me so long. You have no idea. It's like the alphabet doesn't exist in Clea.
Yeah,
that's actually something I've, I suppose, thought a little bit about recently, having seen this library and remembering the library at home. You know, I think libraries kind of reflect the owner in a way. So this one was disorganized and sparse and had a lot of like decoy books that were entirely useless and not a lot of anything else. And now it's so much better. But what's weird is that the library at home, even though on the surface it sort of reflected the Young Island values, you know, it had a lot of shit about animals and politics. I felt safer in that library than I did anywhere else in the castle, because it had this like heart of like warmth to it. I could always find like storybooks where I wasn't expecting storybooks, and there were more healing books than I would have thought the Young Islands would want. And you know, I think probably the reason for that is because it wasn't the Young Islands library, was it? I mean, it was yours. It was your father's too. That's why I felt safe there. So, you know, even before I knew who you were kind of saving me. So anyway, I knitted you something. It's a scarf. Here you go. And so he hands you this enormous scarf. It's like green wool. He does not let you answer. He's just like, it's green wool, but it's got like threads of like auburn through it and threads of like cream color, like parchment color through it. And if you spread the whole scarf out, it would look almost like it was telling a story or something, but you don't know what it's saying something. But anyway, he says like, so, you know, I have a feeling we're going to be going north at some point soon, and I know you get cold, and I can't always keep you warm with prestidigitation. I gotta sleep at some point, but I thought this would help a little bit. I hope you still like green. I tried to match it to the owl feather in your hair. So that's what this is.
Do I get to speak at any point today?
I suppose. You must.
Right. Well, thank you. This is nice and it's not itchy.
No, I made sure to tell Mimi to find the soft kind of wool.
That's good. Yep. I hate wool that's itchy, you know.
The best.
Yeah, I can't take credit for the library. It was my dad.
It definitely changed a little when you came on. So I think it was you. As I think you learned from your dad, if anything. But I think it was you, because I can see it here too. You're the through line. Just saying.
Yeah, I didn't really, you know. I didn't do what I should have done when he, you know. So I hope I can do my proper job here.
I mean, it already looks amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, so this is out of character.
Yep.
Me to you. So what Ren doesn't know is that as he's knitting, as he's like putting all of this intention and like love into what he's doing, he is enchanting it a little bit. He doesn't know. You'll only know when it becomes useful. But what the enchantment is for this one is that you have advantage against exhaustion due to cold. So if we're traveling in the cold, and Cate's like, everyone make a whatever check against the cold, you have advantage on that. There you go.
It's so cute.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. You're welcome. Okay.
All right, Jules, who would you like to give next?
So next,
Probably on another day. We got 2 months. Ren can't handle that many emotions. Probably once per week is about as much emotion as he can. Anyway, so he'll find Val in the kitchens. Is it Val now that's fronting? Okay.
Yep, Val's back.
Okay. So he will approach her and just be like, Val, are you busy or?
She's like mid, like, and she's like, oh, and she's like, we'll move the knife and everything. She'll like she'll do the thing that all the chefs do, where they like lift up the cutting table, throw it like into the pot, and then like put down, like wipe her hands on her clothes, and be like, hi, sorry, caught me.
Good. Do you have a moment? Or...
Oh yeah, I'm technically not even employed. I'm just here.
Okay. Well,
just chopping vegetables.
Very nice.
If you're not here to work, get out.
It'll be 2 minutes. I promise. Maybe I should chop some vegetables.
Yeah. So she's gonna like take him out like in the back where they get like the like where the gardener will come and like bring the vegetables.
Okay.
I don't want to piss her off more than I already did. So like, I'll take my 15-minute now.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So I have something for you. So I know that sometimes you're you and sometimes you're Shah. So I tried to make it a thing for both of you. And he holds up these fingerless gloves. And he demonstrates you can turn them inside out. So on one side they're black, on the other side they're purple. Quick question: is your color scheme purple now? I think
yes,
you said
it is.
It was
purple. It's purple.
Okay. So they are purple. Purple. All right. So I thought, Shah seems to enjoy the black sort of vibe, so he could wear it with the blackouts, and you could wear it with the purple out, whatever you want. But I figured, having been a person who wears bandages, I know they draw a lot of stares, so I thought you could wear these over, and they're also kind of stylish, and might also just keep your hands safe from whatever's going on there. I'm not gonna ask, but here you go.
She takes them, immediately flips them to the purple side and puts them right on her hands, and she's just like, they're so nice, and nobody sees the bandages.
Yeah, that was the hope.
And I can still move my fingers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course, and I'm glad that you're back. I missed you.
Thanks, friend. I missed you too. And she's going to attempt to give him a hug. Knows it's not going to happen, but she's going to try anyway.
He'll like stiffen up for a second, but maybe do like a pat on the back. He's making progress.
Val will do like one hug with a pat and then be like, okay, I'm sorry. I know you don't like those.
So, just like with Nora's, this is also a slightly enchanted item. So Ren has noticed that she occasionally seems to sprout injuries on her hands. And so what these do is that they just give you an extra hit dice per short rest. So is that right, Cate? Is that what we landed on?
Yes. Not an extra hit die to factor into your total HP, but like once per short rest, if you use the max amount, you can have one more.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just meant to like help you heal up a little extra. Yes, so.
It's so cute.
There you go. That's Val.
I love it.
Right. Who is next?
Tam. I don't know where Tam would be. Where would Tam be?
Zooming around in the gardens, probably.
Okay. Yeah, so Ren will wander around the gardens for a while looking for Tam and finally find her, zoom in and be like, I'm sorry, you look very busy. Do you have a moment?
It's fine. It's fine. No, I don't know. I'm looking up. I'd be looking down. Yeah, she'll try and come to a halt and like kind of steady herself against the tree and be like, all right, yeah, sure. What do you want?
You're starting to sort of get that, I think. You stopped this time instead of...
I really appreciate the pity.
Looks difficult. Anyway.
I'm shit at the moment. I'm getting there, though.
everything is practice and such. Something I've noticed is that you tend to just sort of, your penny whistle, it's always just in a pocket or like in your hair or like just in
she
a bag.
pushes it sheepishly in her hair further in. I don't know what you're talking about. It's never there.
It's a look, but it's also your weapon in a lot of ways. So I thought maybe you could use something. And he pulls out this bizarre looking thing. You have no idea what it is upon glancing, but basically he shows you it's like a series of rings that goes around your wrist in like brown, very tightly knit, almost like, you know, like backpack cords.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So it's like, I don't know what that's called, but it's
like
super sturdy.
Or something.
Yeah, so it's like 3 that go on your arm and have like loops for you to stick your penny whistle in. But there's also this like copper, like very fine, I'm imagining like whatever that is that they weave in Spirited Away. Have you seen? Do you know what I'm talking about? Is that, but it's
I'm actually watching that today. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that, but basically it can attach to your penny whistle, and then the other end is attached to like a nice wooden ring with like carvings of like, I don't know, like leaves. And basically the point is, and he shows you during combat, you have this in your sleeve, or at any time, doesn't have to be during combat. You can just sort of do like I think probably the movement is this. You can whip out your penny whistle. Just whip out your penny whistle from your sleeve, but otherwise it's safe and secure in your sleeve. It's all like copper and brown.
Okay, yeah, so she'll have it on when you show her how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the fuck, Ren? This is amazing.
I didn't know what sort of like clothing item you would like, but I thought that this might at least be useful, even if it's a bit weird.
This is so kind. Thank you so much.
Well, we don't want you losing your whistle, you know.
No, I don't want that. Do you remember when we like didn't like each other? Do you remember how like it's so weird? Like,
yeah. Too much shit has happened not to like your family. Anyway, so what this does is it's just real fun to like whip out your penny whistle at any given time. So what it does is if you're using your penny whistle and performing for a non-hostile entity or group, it doubles your proficiency on performance.
Holy
so
shit.
non-hostile, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, just imagine.
Non-hostile, and you have to be using your penny whistle. I had to nerf it a bit because Jesus, you have a +11 to performance already, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just give kind of like when she gives like Augie a bit of a punch on the shoulder, she'll just like try that with Ren and then realize that he's not quite as robust as Augie and then just like pull it back a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway, I'll leave you to your flitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously next is Augie. So at some point nearing the nighttime times, when Augie comes back to his room, Ren will have a little wrapped parcel with a bow on it on the bed.
What's that?
We've talked about it a little bit. Want to, deliver on my promise? I made you something.
You didn't.
I did.
Okay. So he is so excited. He like jumps on the bed. Like he walked and he was exhausted. That like immediately, like he just sits cross-legged. He rips it open. He does not care about the wrapping. He just
Okay, so what he finds is a very soft and slightly oversized sweater. It's like a deep royal blue, so like not navy, but not the usual like bright royal. It's like a deep royal blue. And he's commissioned Mimi to embroider this like sun but it's sort of like storybook style, like kind of from like one of Nora's storybooks, you know, that sort of illustrative style of sun. So it's not the usual sun that he wears, but it's still a nod to the sun. So it's got a little sun here over the heart, and then through the blue, you can see if you like hold it up to the light, there are little just dots of silver, kind of the color of Ren's hair, that evoke kind of stars in the sky. You wanted a sweater. You said blue, so here's that.
This is beautiful, Ren.
I saved yours till last. Practiced on all the others.
Well, you've definitely gotten a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. You should have seen some of my earlier stuff. It's not good. And he shoves the pile a little deeper under the bed. Yeah, I don't know if you can wear this all the time because you got the armor and everything, but at the very least, I thought it would be nice, you know, to sleep in. You know, I know you have trouble getting to sleep, so this is that. And it is also slightly enchanted, so you now have resistance to sleep-based exhaustion. So basically, if you're wearing a sweater at night, you can go one night without sleeping and not feel the effects of exhaustion. But then the next night, if you don't sleep again, you will feel the effects of it. It's like temporary hit dice, like one temporary hit point of exhaustionness. So you can manage one night without exhaustion.
Yeah. You have a little buffer for your trauma now.
Yeah.
Like very excitedly like puts it on. I'm guessing he's not really wearing armor at the moment. Or no, he probably is. He takes off his top coat, whatever, and he puts it on, and it's probably the most comfortable thing he's ever worn. This. If I never had to take it off, I wouldn't.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Thought you could use something nice.
Thank you, Ren. Thanks. It really means a lot. I don't know. I'm not used to getting these kind of things, so glad I finally have something like this.
Ren makes a mental note to just constantly make things for Augie.
Oh no, he's
gonna be like a crow, just like bringing you small things constantly.
That's adorable, and he'll be wearing all of them all the time. He's gonna be the warmest paladin.
Augie's gonna have an entire knitted fit, just head to toe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like you know, those like track suits, but like knitted.
Yes.
Anyway, there is I could be super quick about this. There is one more. It's just going to be a parcel sent through mail with a letter attached, and it's going to Gilf. And the letter says, I've been practicing my knitting. Didn't think anyone I know would like this, but if anyone can pull it off, it's probably you, ? Signed, Ren. And it is a lime green balaclava. I don't know if you know what a balaclava is, like the ski mask, basically.
Oh my god.
And unbeknownst to him, he did give it the most OP enchantment out of all of them. Because he was trying to fuck with you, but then the magic did fuck with him back. So what this does is it makes you automatically fail stealth checks if you're wearing it because it is like fluorescent lime. But it gives a +20 to persuasion. That was
specifically when something.
Yeah, so I told Cate,
like-
can we make
it's
this
like-
something OP and obnoxious? And that's what Cate came up with.
Oh wow.
It's like you will see me if I'm trying to steal shit, but I can convince you that I'm not here.
Yes.
Exactly.
But only if you're wearing
the concept
this.
is what the hell is that guy in the like lime green ski mask going? And then you walk
These
over
are
and he's like,
not
oh,
the
he's
droids
chill.
you're
All
looking
right.
for.
Yeah.
Literally, these are not the droids you're looking for.
Holy shit.
That's incredible.
Enjoy.
And am I safe? And am I safe in guessing that Gilf is the one you practiced on for?
Yes, absolutely. It was like the
This
first
is-
He
thing.
was like the first one. You're like, ah, okay,
Gil,
this is shit.
this
Next
is-
one.
This is perhaps one of the ugliest things you have ever seen.
Yes.
Oh my
It's gross. It's
god.
terrible.
Ever.
Gilf just kind of sits there and stares at it like, all right, yeah, we're gonna make this work. Okay. He's gonna get an entire lime green outfit for it.
He's gonna show up in a lime green tracksuit with the mask on, and then like walks up and is like, "Hey guys!"
And he's
He
gonna
doesn't
be able
know
to
that it's-
convince everyone that it looks good.
Yes. I mean, honestly, trendsetter. Everyone could be wearing lime green balaclavas.
Oh
next
my
year.
god. Can this be like something that trickles through the rest of
Yes.
the continent? Seeing flashes of lime green everywhere.
Oh
We're like,
my god.
why is this happening? And there are
Oh my
whispers of like a new trend.
The Iron Hand, forget about it. The lime green balaclava, that's the future. Jesus.
Yeah. So Ren did have a couple of other things, but maybe we can like do it offline.
For the sake of time, just
Yeah.
because I know our UK people, it's late.
Yes.
I think I will send you stuff and we can talk stuff. But that leads us to Augie. Augie, what's the fun we've been done these past 2 months?
Well, he's getting a new outfit. I did also get another commission for this. And so I'm just gonna preface this. He's never dressed himself.
Oh no.
This is the first thing he ever got that's like him. So here we go. He's wearing
Okay.
I'm
so
half
glad.
plate armor.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god, that's fucking rad, Mila. Yeah. I don't have to describe it. You guys can see it.
I love
I'll put a picture up in the stream. But yeah, that's him. There's, I don't think you can really see it, but there's like sun engraved into his chest plate, and then also there's little stars in the cape. So yeah, that's Augie's new look, and he's feeling it.
That art is so beautiful.
Right?
Yeah. Who's okay? Wait. Yeah. Like,
Send me the artist.
Do you know who's the artist? Can we
Yes.
like?
I will put it. I don't know their username right now, but I'll put it.
This
on
is the
screen.
artist.
This is the artist. This is who they are. They're amazing, and they were so nice and so easy to talk to.
Aww.
Yeah, that's him. It's also the first thing we have of him, like actually like big ol' smiling. So that there's Augie.
When you said you didn't mean that he dressed himself, I thought it was gonna be like when my brother started dressing himself and he wore all different colors and looked like a Crayola box. So I'm very happy that he
Lime
doesn't
green
look like
T-shirt.
Lime green.
it. No,
So
it's like red shirt, blue pants, neon, yeah, like orange socks, and then like bright yellow sneakers. And we were like, whoa.
All right. Well, okay. So yes, new outfit.
That's
What
it.
else has Augie been up to?
He's got us. We've upgraded from a haversack to a bag of holding, guys. We now have a bag of holding. Also, Cate, I don't know if this increases the price, but I would like 11 pockets. 11 pockets. One for each.
Okay, special commission. No, don't increase the price, but we can. You have enough money. You have enough money.
Yes. So, and like they're each separate pocket dimensions because they can't be in the same one. So we can put an echo in each little pocket. And also he now gets an animated shield. So because his swords now are both great swords. So now he doesn't have to use. He can use a shield without using his hands, which is great.
But yeah, that's everything that he buys. Actually, he's also gonna get like 2, 3 diamonds. I don't know which ones exactly, but just in case, if we,
For which spell are they for?
I'm not.
Are they for Revivify, Raise Dead, or
Revivify is the lowest one, right?
300 gold pieces each.
Yeah, so he'll get like 2 of those.
I played a cleric, so now I'm like, I got you.
Okay. So yeah, he gets 2 of those, and so that's what he's bought. But what he does is he assigns the council positions, probably interviews some of the older ones to see if they're okay being on a council.
Murdoch Prisk would probably be the most to your liking. Nikolai Bloxland and Audric. And then Baden Morph are the 4 that stayed, that did not flee for their lives. Murdoch's the most liberal, I would say, of the rest of them. The others are think Audric. That's kind of the same place that they all are.
Okay. Okay, Murdoch is staying. He's outnumbered anyway if he tries anything. Okay. So we'll keep Murdoch. And he'll probably, I don't know where TP is, but I'll say Augie sends Gilf a letter, and he has made Gilf's title Keeper of Secrets official in Clea. So he's a noble in Clea, and he's officially the Keeper of Secrets of Clea. So yeah, congratulations.
TT, I've got some. Let me know when you want secrets, because I've got secrets for you.
So he does that. He sends that letter to Gil. He also sends congratulations. He sends he writes letters to his sisters, basically saying, I want to talk to you guys. This is the gist, not me actually saying, like, I want to talk to you guys. I miss you guys, and I'm sorry for leaving. And I understand if you don't want to speak to me, but I would like to talk to you at some point. And he kind of slips under their doors.
Just for the sake of time, we can do that privately, but reparations bonds are slowly being mended, slowly.
Yeah. I think that's about it. Other than the things that we've discussed, that's about it.
Great. So yeah, okay. All right. So after about 1 or 2, I'll say the second council meeting, it's kind of later at night. Okay. You're tired. It's been a while. Like, it's been a very long day. It's been, you're king. Even splitting things with Bianca, it's still a lot of work. And you hear a small knock 3 times at your door.
Yeah, I'll go and answer it.
Okay. You go and answer, and kind of there, kind of sheepishly almost, standing in the doorway, there is Topher. And he says, "Oh, I know it's late, but," and he kind of holds up, and you see he's got a wine glass, or 2 wine glasses and a bottle of wine. He says, "Can I come in?"
Yeah, sure.
he comes in and kind of turns around and he says, "Pardon the intrusion. I've seen a lot of you recently through the council and through business, and I figured that it was high time to interact with you outside of those stipulations. So I figured a bit of what is work if not mixed with pleasure."
Audie's face is just, he's beat red. He is and like his ears are, yes, yeah. We have a lot of catching up to do. It's been a while.
Yes. And he kind of takes this time and you kind of hear like a boonk as he uncorks the wine and like it's a red, so it needs to aerate for a bit, but I thought we could fill that in the meantime with a bit of conversation.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to for all these years?
The time is filled with some long, mundane stories about boarding school, just in general, things dealing with. There's quite a few stories told of an organization that he was in, a fraternity of sorts, and all the mischievous things he got up to. Like in the middle of telling this story about this one time that he and his friends like went skinny dipping and nearly got caught by local guard, he says, "I think the wine's been about ready though," and he kind of slides it over to you. He says, "Cheers."
To new friendship.
To new friendship. And he drinks it.
Usually, people who want to make my acquaintance, become friends, they don't do all this.
Wow. And he kind of takes the wine glass and he kind of swirls it around and says, "Maybe I'm interested in making more than just your acquaintance."
Listen, Topher, you are very handsome. I'll give you that. But I'm not looking for a relationship right now. Kind of busy with the kingdom and completely undoing everything my father's done. I'm flattered, but I can't do anything like that.
Your Highness, I think we are on a similar page as well. I'm not necessarily looking for a relationship right now. Just to perhaps strengthen ours. If you remember, I mentioned that I had kind of more selfish interests in joining the council, you being one of them.
If Augie was read before, he is just even more so. Oh, okay.
This doesn't have to be anything more than friendship, I assure you.
Okay. Takes another sip of wine.
Listen, let's, as your friend said, cut the bullshit. You're very attractive. I'm very attractive. Seems a shame to waste, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's a good question. If it's at night, where's Ren?
Just under the bed, just like.
You would have picked a night that you weren't here.
Okay, we'll say
This
I'm
would, yeah, no.
in the gardens.
Ren and Nora are in the library getting drunk.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Oh no, and our peanut. That's adorable.
They have weekly wine nights in the library together.
Yeah, yeah.
We would stay friends.
Of course. You said that you're not looking for more than that, and I'm not necessarily either. Castle gets awful cold at night, doesn't it?
It used to. Not anymore, though.
Look, I'm putting myself out here, so if you're going to reject me, let me know.
No, Topher, you are great. I just wasn't expecting this. And okay, so this isn't going to be like a thing.
No.
Just once.
If you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. And we will end this 2-month time skip there. The fact that Jess and TT are muted makes it so good.
Great.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next time. All right. Thank you. Bye.
I have reasons. Okay, listen.
All right. Bye.
I don't want to hear them.